Can everybody hear me in the back? Raise your hands if you can hear me in the back. Pretend you're on a roller coaster. I'm going to put my glasses on now so I can read my script. I'm going to try to sound real sincere as I read on the page. I want to tell you, before I even get to my script, there is a pile of these rubber bracelets going around. There's some at the concession stand, and if you take it to Luigi's, then you can get 10% off. Can you believe I got the owner to say that? So welcome tonight to the Saline County Sheriff Candidate Forum. I am Shelly Russell, and I'm the owner of MySaline's.com, and we are very happy to host this evening so that we can all be better informed about the candidates who are running for when we make our votes in May and in November. As you can see, our county clerk has been here with a lot of early voting signs, and we want to encourage people to vote early because that means less work for the county clerk. It means we get our answer sooner if we won. And who lost. So before we do start the quality entertainment for tonight, I want to thank the sponsors. They are RV City of Benton. Here's their lovely poster here. And they're located at 18925 Interstate 30, and that's the Congo exit, that's 118. They're voted #1 dealer in the state. They are family owned and very involved in the community. And you can call them at 501-315-4300 or visit their website at rvcity.biz. Also sponsoring tonight is 690 AM, and you may know them as KEWI, but they may be changing call letters soon, so you can just remember them as the station that's bringing you Saline County sports like you've never heard before. Local high school games, Cardinals, baseball, I'm told that's baseball, and 690 AM will also be the Central Arkansas ESPN affiliate, and you can look for them to come back to the airwaves in May. You may have heard of or have seen MySaline.com before. It is a website that does Saline County news and community. And we've been online since 2007. We're coming up on 7 years in June. And if you aren't a member, you can join for free. And this little bracelet will remind you when you get home to join up, or you can wait till you get to work tomorrow and start messing around on the computer there. We have a Facebook page, we're on Twitter and Tumblr, and we're a very small but powerful company, and it includes myself. It includes my lovely account executive, Tanya Fleming. You can wave at him. And a few very dedicated volunteers. And we hope that you will go to MySaline.com and join and like and retweet and follow and whatever. If I could turn your attention to the wonderful structure we're in tonight. I hate that I have to tell you there's a leak over here, and please don't walk over in that area. It is a structure that was built in 1920, and sometimes we have these problems. The ownership has changed several times, but it is on the National Historic Register, and it's now owned by a nonprofit organization called the Royal Players. The Royal is most frequently used these days for play performances. As you can see, we have a play set here. The jail is not for the sheriff candidates. It's actually for Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, which is coming soon. First 2 weekends in May, it'll be showing. I'm also told that Elvis tribute artist Tony Witt is coming up. You can see their website at theroyalplayers.com or call the information and reservation line at 315-5483, and that spells 315 live. I'd like to urge you, if you haven't already, to visit the concessions and buy one of everything, because we want them to make lots of money so that we can continue to have more events like this here. And you know, all the proceeds go to the theater, and as you can see, you know, they need repairs every once in a while. You can also talk to Susan Dill, who's right up front. You can talk to her about sponsoring a future production. Also know there's a donation jar out front, And you can put your folding money in there, or you can put a check in there made to the Royal Players. Again, their website is theroyalplayers.com. I'm almost done talking. But I did buy a new outfit, and so I want to stay on stage long enough for everybody to see it. Can you tell I'm really not into pageants? Okay. I haven't worn a dress in a really long time. And I'll probably take these shoes off once I get to my chair. Most of you will recognize our moderator as someone who's gone to bat for us on many issues in the state legislature. I hesitated to ask someone to moderate who is running for office, but if you're paying attention, he does not have an opponent, so yeah. This is Senator Jeremy Hutchinson, and if you would please get us started.
Well, thank you, Shelley, and can everybody hear me? All right. Well, thank you all first for coming out tonight. I know you braved the weather, and it was not an easy night to come out and do your civic duty, but we very much appreciate your attendance here. I want to thank Shelley, and this is loud, isn't it? Yep. I want to thank Shelley and MySaline's for inviting me tonight to participate. We do have 8 candidates for sheriff in Saline County. The 7 present tonight are all Republicans. There is a Democrat candidate who could not be here tonight, but the primary is in the Republican side, and that's the most pressing election that we're going to have to make a decision in, so we are well represented in that election for sure. I'm going to introduce the candidates, and if you would stand up as I say your name. Kevin Cooper. Let's do this. Let's save the applause because we've got to get through. Let's save the applause till we get through all 7 of them. Tim Dunnerer, Bruce Pennington, E.J. Harris, Rodney Wright, Simon Hayes, and Daniel Dawson. Now we can applaud. I want you to really wait. I haven't moderated many. I've been in debates, but I haven't moderated many, as you can tell. I have run, and the sacrifices that they are making to run and to put their name on the ballot and take all the shots and sometimes embarrassments and criticism is something that is, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. So please do give them applause for the courage to participate in the electoral process. Now you can applaud. And then, as you know, Rodney Goshen, running as a Democrat, could not be here tonight. Before the evening began, the candidates drew numbers to determine what order they would go in. So we're going to begin with number 1, Kevin Cooper, the first round, and then we'll begin with number 2, the second round, and work our way down. We're going to start with opening statements. They'll each have 1 minute to make an opening statement, and then we'll have 3 questions after that, then a short intermission. Then coming back, we'll have 3 more questions that each candidate will answer, and then we'll close with a 2-minute closing address that they can either discuss their website or direct people to campaign material, or if they feel the need, they can address something that was said earlier in the evening. Just so you'll know, these are not my questions. These questions were submitted anonymously to mysaline.com. I read through them, and they're very good questions, but they are anonymous submissions to the website. As Shelley said, she and will be keeping the Tanya. You're keeping okay. Tanya's keeping the time, so be keeping an eye on her, and she'll give you hand signals if you're approaching your 1 minute or if you've passed it. If you ignore her, I will be watching her, and I have a microphone, and we'll cut you off eventually. I'll give you some leeway, but eventually I have to cut you off. So with that, let us begin. Kevin, if you'd like to begin with your opening statement, and then as soon as he finishes, just move on down the line.
Thank you all for breaking the weather, like you said, to come out and show your part as a concerned citizen and get to know each and every candidate. Again, my name's Kevin Cooper. I'm running for Saline County Sheriff. I'm the loyal candidate of Saline County. Began my career there over 14 years ago. Started off as a non-certified detention officer in the jail, and then worked my way to patrol. During patrol, I was elected from the sheriff at the time to be the first and only community-oriented police officer. And what that done, it gave me the ability to go out and meet thousands of Saline County residents and find out what their concerns were. So it was putting the officer to them instead of them having to come to the officer. In doing so, I heard a lot of the complaints was narcotics, a bunch of drug use and drug sales.
Hello everyone, my name's Tim Butterer, and I want to thank you for coming and spending your time with us tonight. I'm 51 years old. I've been at the Sheriff's Office for 17 years. I've got 25 years total law enforcement experience. Like I said, 17 of which have been here in Saline County. I'm currently a patrol sergeant with the county. I've worked every phase of law enforcement, in the jail, warrants, criminal investigator, patrol lieutenant, and currently now I'm a patrol sergeant. I got in this race because I have a goal to be your sheriff. I want to be able to lead the deputies into a better work environment and have a safer place for y'all to live. When I started this campaign,
A minute goes faster than you think.
Or it may not go fast enough. I'm Bruce Pennington, running for Sheriff of Saline County. I have over 40 years of law enforcement experience, but I really want to thank y'all for showing up. They asked me how come I didn't get wet. I'm not that smart, but I wasn't going to get out of my vehicle in that torrential downpour. I'd like to thank MySaline's.com for hosting this. We do have a lot of qualified candidates, so it'll be up to y'all to make your decision on who you want to place in the office. And again, I want to thank you.
I'm E.J. Harris. I'm with the U.S. Marshal Service for 24 years. I retired from the U.S. Marshal Service. I was with Classy County. I was with Little Rock and Jacksonville Police Department. From that period of time, I was with the Northeast Fire Department for 10 years. I was there and I was a lieutenant on the fire department. I work out all the time, probably 3 to 5 times a week, stay in good shape. The sheriff department needs a lot of overhauling. You have an interim sheriff in there right now. At that point in time, the new sheriff that comes in has got a lot of training to do. You're going to do a lot of work. You're going to do a lot of leadership in the program. You're going to have a strong chief. You're going to have a strong leadership in the sergeants and the deputies below. Thank you very much.
Good evening. I am Rodney Wright, and I'm running for Saline County Sheriff. I'm a lifelong resident of Saline County. I'm now raising my own family here. For the past 20 years, I've served this community as a police officer of the City of Benton. I'm currently a lieutenant with the Criminal Investigation Division and the commander of our SWAT team. In 2011, I was honored to be one of 2 Arkansans chosen to attend the FBI National Academy in Quantico, Virginia. It's an honor to be up here. Again, we've got great candidates here. It's up to you to do your homework and choose who you want to be the top law enforcement officer in Saline County.
Good evening. My name is Simon Haynes, and I want to be your next Saline County Sheriff. For the last 24 years, I have given public service to my country and to my community. I've served 4 years in the United States Army. I served in Desert Storm, Desert Shield, and did 16 months in South Korea along the DMZ. For the last 20 years, I've served the Placer County Sheriff's Office. I am currently a captain and commander of our Criminal Investigations Division. Prior to that, I was commander of our patrol division with over 70 personnel assigned to it. Prior to that, I was also commander of our internal affairs unit. I have been on the SWAT team for the last 18 years, and I have been the SWAT team commander for the last 10 years. I want to make Saline County a better place. I want to give Saline County a fresh start. There's been a cloud over Saline County for a while. I want to remove that cloud. I have the skill set, I have the experience, and I have the desire. I want to be your next sheriff. Thank you.
Afternoon. I'm Daniel Dodson. I'm a lifelong citizen of Saline County as well. I've worked for the Arkansas Supreme Court Court of Appeals for 12 years prior to coming to the Saline County Sheriff's Department. I'm going into my 13th year here at the Sheriff's Department as the Administrative Lieutenant. I've had the opportunity to work from the bottom all the way up. I know all the aspects of this department. I know all the aspects of Saline County. I want to continue to work hard for y'all. And if y'all will, May the 5th, come out and early vote and vote for me, Daniel Dodson. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. Your first question, and we will begin with Tim. Is that right? We'll begin with Tim. The three major duties charged of a county sheriff by the Arkansas State Constitution are the chief enforcement officer of the courts, custody of the county jail, and conservator of peace in the county. Which do you think is our current priority and why? And again, you have 1 minute.
The sheriff is charged with the safety of the county, and I believe the safety of the county is the priority. Number 2 would be the jail, of course. In order for us to have a safe county, we're going to end up arresting people and putting them in jail. The third was for serving warrants and civil papers. Like I said, the priority would be safety of the county.
You know, I don't disagree with what Mr. Dutterer just said. You know, safety is foremost responsibility of the Sheriff's Department to provide that safety to each and every citizen of Saline County. Second of all, the jail you must have to be able to house inmates. Fortunately, Saline County has a very, very good detention facility. And then thirdly, you know, the civil papers, warrants, that's very much a priority in a sheriff's department. You know, we want to make sure that the warrants are served, people taken off the street, and that all civil papers are served properly and expediently.
As you all know, in Saline County, the sheriff is the chief law enforcement in the county. He does control pretty well everything that goes in the county. He has the power to, he is under U.S. It's constitutional powers. He has powers almost as the governor has. He can call out a posse, he can call out the militia. He can provide protection for you and me and everyone in the county. It is his job to protect you and everyone. The Supreme Court is going to have to do a little work themselves. They found out several issues in the past, about 50 or 60 issues or problems that was in the sheriff department. To solve those problems, you yourself, the citizens, are going to have to pick the right person. I'm that person to take on that job and to get the job done. You have problems in the jail, you have problems on the street, you have problems in the sheriff's department. The interim sheriff has worked very hard to get rid of those problems. When the new sheriff comes in, which is me, E.J. Harris, remember to vote for E.J. Harris. Thank you very much.
Keeping the citizens safe in our communities needs to be, or has to be, the number one priority. Someone's not trying to rush you out. But truly, the safety of our citizens needs to be priority number one. If we can't keep you safe, we're not going to fill the jails up. The jails, it's a major task. There's a lot going on in that jail. Training, is the first thing that jail needs, along with great supervision. And as far as serving the papers, we are in charge of serving all papers, and that will be done efficiently. But again, first of all, the safety of Saline County citizens needs to be the first priority. Thank you.
Absolutely, public safety is the number one concern. You can't have public safety if you don't have good enforcement. If you have good enforcement, you have to have a good jail. You have to have both. You're going to have to give equal attention to both areas. You also, if you're going to maintain your sheriff's bond, you have to properly serve the judicial papers that you're sworn to serve. All three areas are very, very important. Our jail right now is inundated with lawsuits. Our patrol division needs some desperate training and more manpower. Every area of the sheriff's office needs help. They need somebody that is young and driven and experienced that can tackle all three things at the same time, because that's what we need in Saline County. Because going after one, you can't rob Peter to pay Paul. We're going to have to tackle all three of them. Thank you.
One, you must be the chief law enforcement executive officer. Two, you do have to be effectively be able to run that county jail. That is the biggest part of that sheriff's department right now. It stays overcrowded right now, just about every day. We have to work hard and diligently. Our warrant service, we continue to work hard on that. We have to continue our operating budget. We need somebody who has the knowledge of doing that. We have to exercise the trust of our citizens. We need to do that. It's in your hands. We work for you. I want to be the one to continue to do that. I want to work for you. I want to be your next sheriff. Thank you.
I'm in agreement with everybody else. It's public safety is the main focus for the sheriff's department. Then you have the jail. I was a jailer myself. I'm on the gray area about training. Training is very important, but you have to hire the right mindset person to even get in there and accept the training and follow the rules and the guidelines that's in the jail. If you hire a bonehead, you're going to have a bonehead. So you need someone that's educated enough and has the training from day one, from family. It starts from family and work its way up. So you've got to have somebody that's sensible enough to go in and take the job. The civil process, it's very important. It goes out, the restraining orders and protection orders, get that out and get them served properly in a timely manner. But thank you.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. The second question, and we'll begin with Bruce. If elected, how will you choose your chief deputy? Again, 1 minute.
I would choose my chief deputy by being a person, number one, that has law enforcement experience. Number two, that is a people person, because as chief deputy, his responsibilities are over the women in the front office, taking calls from the public, doing things that if the sheriff were on vacation or whatever, then he would have to step up to the plate. But you would need someone that's duly qualified, with law enforcement experience, and who is a people person to be able to address the citizens, their concerns of Saline County. Thank you.
I would put out a nationwide search for the right person to take that position. Your chief position is probably right under your sheriff. A lot of people don't know the pecking order of some of the sheriff departments. There, as your chief, he is the next highest position that you want the best and the excellent job that he would do. He should carry on your orders, what you want, and to carry out what the quorum court wants. It's very important that your chief is under you. He does the daily duties. He carries out the orders. He makes sure the job is done. He looks over the administrative work. He does everything that the sheriff has to oversee and sign off. The sheriff has to sign off everything that he does. So you have to have a man that tell him your back. So thank you very much.